Echoes of the past. The past does not stay buried forever. It waits. And when it rises, it does so quietly, leaving echoes behind. The scrap metal shop stayed empty for days. No sign of the old man. No answers. I returned there every afternoon after work. Each time, I hoped to see him standing in the same place, watching me with those heavy eyes, but he never came back. Instead, the silence grew louder. At home, my mother spoke less than usual. Her movements were slow, careful, like she was afraid of waking something dangerous. I could feel the distance between us growing, not because we didn't care, but because the truth was standing between us. Some truths don't break suddenly. They leak little by little into everyday life. One evening, I went into the storage room looking for an old jacket. That room had not been touched in years. Dust covered everything. The air smelled like time. As I moved a box, something fell to the floor, an envelope. I picked it up and wiped the dust away. There was no address, no stamp, only my mother's name written on the front. My hands began to shake. I sat on the floor and opened it. Inside was a folded letter, yellowed with age. The handwriting was neat, careful. As I read, my heart sank. The letter was from my father. Some words carry more weight than others. These words carried a lifetime. In the letter, he apologized not for leaving, but for disappearing. He wrote that he was in danger, that someone close to him had betrayed him. He said leaving was the only way to stay alive. And then he wrote one line I could not forget. Please protect Ethan. Never let them know where I am. I could barely breathe. My father was not dead. He had been hiding. I folded the letter slowly and sat there in the dark storage room. Everything I believed had changed. My mother had not lost a husband. She had been protecting a secret. That night, I did not confront her. I needed time. The past had just spoken, and it was asking me to listen. Some truths do not bring peace. They bring questions that refuse to rest. The letter stayed with Ethan all night. Its words repeated themselves in his mind again and again. I barely slept. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw my father's handwriting. Please protect Ethan. Those words felt like a promise that had shaped my entire life without me knowing it. The next morning, I watched my mother carefully. She moved through the house quietly, avoiding my eyes. I wanted to ask her about the letter. I wanted to ask her why she had hidden it for so long. But fear held me back. Some secrets are heavy, not because they are dangerous, but because they were carried with love. Later that day, I read the letter again. This time, I noticed something I had missed before. At the bottom of the page, beneath the signature, was a name written lightly, almost as if my father had hesitated before writing it. Michael. My heart tightened. I knew that name. Michael was my father's younger brother, my uncle. I remembered him clearly. He had visited us a few times when I was very young. He never stayed long. He never smiled much. And then one day, he stopped coming. That evening, I finally spoke. Mom, I said softly, holding the letter in my hands. She froze. She didn't need to ask what I had found. She already knew. Her eyes filled with tears. I wanted to protect you, she whispered. From what? I asked. She looked at me for a long moment. From the truth. Some names do not fade with time. They grow darker. She told me my Uncle Michael had betrayed my father. Money was involved, and fear. Michael had told the wrong people where my father was. People who wanted him gone. That was when my father disappeared. I felt anger rise inside me, not just at Michael, but at the years of silence. All this time, I said, you let me believe he was dead. She nodded slowly. It was the only way to keep you safe. That night, I stood outside the house, staring at the dark street. If my uncle was the reason my father vanished, then the truth was closer than I ever imagined. And danger might be too. Where was my uncle now? Did he know my father was still alive? Was my father watching from afar? And what would happen if I followed the name in the letter? Meet me in the next part.